Howdy Warriors, welcome back. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Brenda Bustillos, U.S. Army TRADOC Command Dietitian. Together in this video, you and I are going to break down the nutrition facts label in a series of steps. All right, let's start with step 1. Let's look at the serving sizes that are listed on a nutrition facts label. So if you look here, both the serving size, which is the amount a person may typically eat at one time, it's also the number of servings here in the package, as you can see. Now, I want you to compare your portion size, so the amount that you actually eat, to what a serving size is listed on a nutrition facts panel for a certain type of food. So I encourage you to grab a box of cereal or something out of your pantry and just play along with me. Okay, so the nutrition facts applies to serving size. So if we look here, for example, 1 cup in this box of cereal is for 1 serving. So if you have a serving size of 1 cup, for example, as I just demonstrated, and you eat 2 cups, that means you're getting twice the calories, protein, fat, sugar, etc. of all the nutrition listed on the label. So let me show you an example. So the serving size, remember, on this box of cereal is 1 cup, right? So let's see how many servings of cereal I've added to my bowl. We take 1 cup here. Now, if you want to do some math, I can add another cup, but let's just stick with 1. All right, so we've got 1 cup of cereal here. So I can see what I'm about to eat, not including your milk. Let's just focus on cereal. 1 cup is equivalent to 150 calories, 1.5 grams of total fat, 9 grams of added sugar, and 3 grams of protein. All right, next is step 3. Let the percent daily values be your guide. Use percent daily values, also listed as DV on your nutrition facts label, to help you evaluate how a particular food fits into your daily nutrition regimen. Percent DV are for the entire day, not just 1 meal, 1 snack, 1 bowl of cereal. Daily values are average levels of nutrients, which are your proteins, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, minerals, you know what they are, for a person eating 2,000 calories per day. So for example, a food item, let's pick vitamin D. Vitamin D in this 1 serving has 10% of your daily value for vitamin D. Depending on what your registered dietitian or Army Wellness Center health educator has indicated to you, you may need more or less than 2,000 calories per day. For some nutrients, you may need more or less than that 100% daily value as indicated on the nutrition facts label. If something is labeled as low calorie, that means it's 40 calories or less per serving. And remember, on our box of cereal, we have 150 calories per serving. So this is not a low calorie item. Foods that are labeled as low cholesterol contain 20 milligrams or less of cholesterol and 2 grams or less of saturated fat per serving. Reduced, whether or not that be reduced fat or reduced sugar, that means that a product contains at least 25% less of the specified nutrient or less calories than the usual product. So let me give you an example. There are some popular cookies that claim they have reduced fat when compared to the regular product. However, it might be reduced fat, but sometimes they add additional sugar, so make sure you read your food labels. Something that's listed as a good source of means that that product provides at least 10 to 19% of the daily value for a particular vitamin or nutrient per serving. So for example, a good source of fiber means the product contains fiber, but less than the daily recommended amount. An excellent source of means that the product provides at least 20% or more of the daily value of a particular vitamin or nutrient per serving. This means if you're looking to add more dietary fiber, for example, you should select a product with an excellent source of fiber over a product claiming to be a good source of fiber. Does that make sense? Now, products claiming to be calorie-free are not actually calorie-free because they have less than 5 calories per serving, so they're very low calorie. Now, something that is fat-free or sugar-free That just means it has less than 1/2 gram of fat or 1/2 gram of sugar per serving. Okay, so what does 1/2 gram look like? 1/2 gram of fat or sugar equates to about 1/8 teaspoon of either nutrient, of fat or sugar. Right? So something that is also, we consider low sodium, that is 140 milligrams or less of sodium per serving, which is quite literally less than a pinch of salt. And finally, a product that is marketed as high in means that it provides 20% or more of the daily value of a specified nutrient per serving. Another example of this is your favorite cow's milk, perhaps, is likely high in calcium, and that's a good thing. Now for step 5, choose low in saturated fat, added sugars, and sodium. Eating less saturated fat, added sugars, and sodium that you find in table salt, that may improve athletic performance and help reduce your risk for chronic disease. Saturated fat and trans fat can be performance limiting and are linked to increased risk of heart disease, for example. Eating too much added sugar can be detrimental to performance and makes it difficult to meet nutrient needs within your calorie requirement. Now we're on to step 6. Eat plenty of vitamins, minerals, and fiber. You're getting the trend, right? Eat foods with more fiber, potassium, vitamin D, calcium, and iron to maintain peak performance, but also good bone health, electrolyte balance, and these nutrients help you reduce your risk of certain health concerns, such as musculoskeletal injury and anemia. And those concerns are commonly seen in our female trainees, but also our seasoned soldiers. So choose more fruits and vegetables to get more of these nutrients. And remember to increase your percentage of daily value of vitamins, minerals, and dietary fiber. And finally, let's talk about step 7. Consider the additional nutrients. You know about calories, but it's also important to know about the nutrients on the nutrition fact label, many of which we've talked about, but let's discuss some of the others. A percentage daily value for protein is not required on a nutrition facts label, but they're commonly included. I recommend eating moderate amounts of proteins, and if you remember from our protein video, that includes lean meat, poultry, fish, eggs, low-fat milk, yogurt and cheese, peanut butter, nuts and seeds, but also beans and legumes. And legumes are just a fancy word for foods like chickpeas, lentils, soybeans, and peas. Carbohydrates. No need to fear these guys. Do you know that carbohydrates are the primary fuel for the brain and the working muscles? Let's face it, you need carbohydrates to fuel performance, despite what all those fad diet gurus are selling. There are 3 types of carbohydrates: sugars, starches, and fiber. I recommend eating whole grain varieties of breads, cereals, rice, and pastas, plus your fruits and vegetables. Simple carbohydrates, or sugars, occur naturally in foods such as fruit and milk, or they can come from refined sources such as table sugar or corn syrup. Added sugars are included on the updated nutrition facts label. The recent 2020 to 2025 dietary guidelines for Americans recommends consuming no more than 10% of your daily calories from added sugars. Foods with more than one ingredient must have an ingredients list on the label. Ingredients are listed in descending order by weight. So those in the largest amounts are listed first. So I'll give you an example here. On our box of cereal, rice followed by whole wheat. So this information is particularly helpful to individuals who maybe have food sensitivities or those who wish to avoid a certain type of food like pork or shellfish. Maybe you want to limit your added sugars, or perhaps you prefer plant-based or plant-exclusive eating, such as those who practice vegetarian or vegan lifestyles. The new nutrition facts label appears on all food items as of 1 January 2021. If you'd like to learn more about the new food labels, you can visit the Food and Drug Administration or FDA website. Did you enjoy this video? Then don't stop here. If you want to get the most out of your nutrition, then tune in to our next video in the series. Until then, I wish you health, happiness, and high performance.